Hello and welcome back to my channel. We are in a very unique location today. This video doesn't have anything to do with it, but I wanted to come out here to celebrate my birthday, and that's what this video is going to be about. Some wisdom that I've learned in the last 25 years of life. So stick around if you want to hear some wisdom. Even if you don't, it's nice and short and sweet, and maybe you can get some things out of it even if you're not looking for wisdom per se. So instead of trying to summarize what I have learned in the last 25 years, I'll just tell you my 5 biggest takeaways. I was gonna do 25 for 25 years, but 25's a lot. And that leads me perfectly into my first big lesson that I've learned, which is less is more. We live in a world of overconsumption, and there's just so much available to us that it's just simply, you don't need to buy that just in case. You don't need to go get this because everybody else has it. It will be there. It's not gonna go away. But more is less is one of those things that has taken me a lot of years to come to the conclusion that honestly it's better to have less, because then I don't have to worry about as much, that there's not as much stress, I'm not spending excess amounts of money, I'm not spending my time, which is invaluable. And I just think generally when you try to adopt that mindset of wanting, needing less, your quality of life increases a lot. Number 2, and a kind of silly one, but I like to mention it because it's had a big impact on me. I now love books, and I'm not just saying that as like, oh, you read novels or anything like that. I think books are incredible because you, no matter how much time you spend reading, will never be able to cover everything that's been written. And that's crazy. Like, books can cover everything. Like, there's history, there's plagues, there's everything. I mean, you can get into any kind of book that you want to get into. Somebody's written a book about it. And the fact that you can just learn by getting a book is insane, because I mean, universities charge you, in my experience, $90,000 for a 2-year degree, which yes, it's a master's, but still $90,000 when you could just study a few books. Come on. Now, of course, you need the practical application of these books, but you can learn anything you want to. Books are invaluable, so make sure that you are reading, and if you're not a reader, just start slow. Like, you don't even need to call yourself a reader. Your life is gonna go on no matter what, so why wouldn't you try to, I don't know, expand or just, I guess, engage in some kind of thing that is not just your day-to-day life, put you out of yourself. That's what I like to read my novels about, because it's fun to go into a world that's not your own, like Harry Potter, any like wizarding or like sci-fi, that's cool. You don't get that in your everyday life. But then also you can flip the coin and you can get an advanced degree by reading books. And do not discredit YouTube. YouTube University is definitely real. Next is happiness is made, not found. No matter what your circumstances, no matter what you're going through, happiness can be made. And I think a lot of people are chasing happiness. They're never gonna find it because they're just chasing this end goal instead of trying to live every moment and finding the happiness in every moment. When you switch your mindset to happiness being made, happiness being something that you control, your life gets a lot better. You're not chasing happiness anymore, and I think it frees a lot of things off of your shoulders to actually have happiness in the present moment all the time. Because if you're just chasing happiness, saying, when I get that car, when I lose the weight, when I blah, 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 then I'll be happy. If you're not happy now, you're not gonna be happy then. It's not gonna change. So learn how to make your own present moment happy, learn how to be fulfilled with yourself, even if you still want to reach for more. You can be happy and still want more. Next, love is definitely worth it, but more importantly, that love needs to come from within towards yourself and to others. If you can get to the point where you love yourself so deeply that no matter what anybody else says, that is where you find that happiness being made, and it, again, lifts some stress off your shoulders because you are loved. But I also think that giving love is something that is extremely rewarding, whether that be to yourself or to another person. Giving love is pure, and it fills your life like you can't really get in any other sense. I'm not going to speak more on love, but the point is, love in life is worth it. You shouldn't go through life being spiteful and kind of pushing everyone away because you're scared to love because you might get hurt. Even when you do get hurt, which I have experienced deep hurt from a loss of love, it doesn't mean that loving was any less worth it. And lastly, being true to your own priorities is the most important thing you can do. If you are living your life to please someone else, you're not living your life. You're living theirs. It's your life. Regardless of what anyone else wants you to do, your happiness and your priorities, what brings you joy, what fills you up, that is what matters. Some of these have been pretty deep, others not so much, but I think in the next year I can experience these lessons even deeper, even more, and with my life going forward, I know I'm just going to learn more. So if you need a little uplifting message, know that no matter what, the world's not going to end when you're 17, 20, 23, 25, 45. You can always start anew, and you can always create your own happiness. Now, this view, while I want to look at it some more, I have about 4 miles to hike back. And I just wanted to share this message with you guys today, give myself a little birthday shout out, and I'll keep you updated on my travels. Next stop is going to be Hawaii. Bye, guys.